Hello everybody, Dokkan here. Welcome to another Dokkan battle video. It has taken me quite a while to sit down, properly do this. So thank you for your patience if you can. If not, then of course there's a ton of videos out there that people have already showcased the units and things like that. So I am good to go. That's completely fine. So we're gonna go ahead and jump in first with the EZA for the AGL cell, or AGL transforming cell. There is a lot to cover here because there's, different transformations, and he is a transforming unit that is just passively transforming. There's no active skill transformation, right? So on turn 3, he's gonna go to his second form, and then on turn 5, he's gonna go into his perfect form, and then we will see if in any case it's needed, we go into his rage form here. So cell leads Android/Cell Saga or Power Absorption, category key +3, all stats 170% plus the additional key, and the all stats to 30% for characters who also belong to the androids. Now I was debating on actually using this guy as a leader for the showcase because we're gonna have to possibly be running double cell. If it does come down to it, I will go ahead and make sure to do that without actually just feeling destroyed basically by one of the cells and the liability that cell is gonna cost, right? But we can go ahead and see what this guy is capable of. So his super attack is the special beam cannon, at least this first form cell. Greatly raises attack, so he is stacking attack. Greatly raises defense for the turn and causes immense damage to the enemy. That's on his first form. And then again, it's an active transformation, so on the third turn from the start of the battle, he is going to absorb 17, hence he's going to transform into his second form. So for basic effects, he gets key +1, attack and defense +250%. He has a 50% chance to dodge. Whenever he's attacking with 12 or more key, he's getting attack and defense +170%, which is good. Whenever we are facing 2 or more enemies, we're getting an 80% attack and defense buff, and a chance of performing a critical hit plus at 18%, and a chance of evading enemies attack plus 18%. Now, enemies in regards to multiple opponents is just super rare to find, but I feel like there's a way that we can be able to just try to find them, right? So I feel like we can be able to just make it work, I guess. So with 3 or more enemies involved, we're getting 70% attack and defense, chance of performing a critical hit, and chance of evading enemies attack plus super. Well, it just says chance of evading enemies attack, so I'm not gonna count the added super, right? And then whenever HP is 50% or more, we're getting 2 key, we're tossing an additional that has a 50% chance to become a super, and we're getting chances of performing a critical hit, chances of evading enemies attack, and damage reduction plus 17%. So I actually would like to use this team. It's a pretty rare team. I feel like we can be able to change this pretty well. So I'm gonna shift gears. We're gonna go into a bit of an easier setup for now, but it's just to make things work out, right? Because we do want to fight at least multiple enemies in order for him to get his additional buffs, right? So let's go ahead and jump right in, and then of course once we get into the nitty and gritty of things, we will see his never mind. We will not see his first form because Dokkan just said nah. Yeah, as expected, Dokkan hates me. Why? Really, dude? Slot 7. A unit that I really want to see a lot of things coming out of him, and we got him on slot 7. Okay, thank you, Dokkan. It's just perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. Alright, so if we can get the opportunity to get revived, just give it to me. Oh. That's the friend one who has dodge. Because I didn't check the hidden potential system of the other one. Oh my god. So yeah, like I was waiting for this guy's EZA to arrive here in game. Let me lower the volume a little bit, just so that we can see a bit of a different perspective when it comes down to utilizing this cell. Because running both of these guys is just, it's gonna be always meticulously annoying. Because one of them is going to be helpful, be actual really, really good in tanking some of these attacks, getting some extra damage reduction, because the impact that the revive that this cell is going to have is humongous. Meanwhile, the other cell is just going to be left wishing for it, right? Because unfortunately, he's not going to be able to get that. And either way, this cell, by the way, is I'm link leveling him at the moment. He can be really good, but we need more options, I feel. In order for us to set up this team the way that it wants to be set up, we need more options. Like right now, you guys see me utilizing like Majin Buu Saga characters in this team. And that is because, you know, they're on Worldwide Chaos, they are on the other leader skill, Worldwide Chaos and things like that. So that it's gonna be good and beneficial for these guys to, you know, do their thing. However, it's like we could complete this team a lot more, right? So I mean, you know what? It's the first one of the video. I can be able to play it. Let me just set my attacks there and then wha-bam. Yeah, like, he, of course, would help out this team, but I really would like him to give us something more, right? So this is good. This is my cell, so he is getting the revive. That I would prefer that. Alright, so there you go. There's our boy Cell coming in. Unfortunately, his first appearance is just jumping into the second form immediately. So, you know, Dokkan just has the benefit of shafting me constantly. Then just, this is the way to go, right? Just, what can I do? What else can I do? Alright, like the first ever setup with him, running him for the first time in a long time, Dokkan just said, let me put him on slot 3. Why not? So, ridiculous. So the differences between the first form cell and this cell is that we're going to be getting a little bit more of an increase in terms of attack and defensive power, right? So we're going to be getting 280% attack and defense, 2 key, we're going to get guard, and we're getting 17% damage reduction, chance of performing a critical hit, and chance of evading enemies' attack. Now, it does not include super attack here, so we're kind of a bit of a lackluster setup. So it all depends on how he will be able to perform here, but I will take that. I mean lackluster setup in a way that, you know, we could have afforded to do a stack on slot 1, turn 1 with him, but unfortunately we couldn't get that. So whenever we're getting 12 key or more, whenever we're attacking with 12 or more key, we're getting the attack and defense plus 180%. Whenever we're facing 2 or more enemies, this time around we're not going to have that 3 enemies that the first form cell kind of wanted. We're getting attack and defense plus 120%, and the chance of performing a critical hit and chance of evading enemies' attack will be 18%. Now, when I said it a little bit lackluster, it doesn't indicate that we're dodging a super. So I believe we're just stuck with the whole, chance of evading enemies' attack minus the super attack, right? So I mean, chances of evading enemies' attack, I guess it could be the new phrasing because they don't need to include super attack. However, if it's specific wording that they want, then they would add that there. So that's why I say it's a little bit lackluster, because they didn't do that. When HP is 50% or more, we're getting 1 key. We're getting the additional that has a chance of becoming a super. Lovely. And we're getting the 18% damage reduction, chance of evading when he's attack, and the chance of performing a critical hit. So in total, he will have at least, what, is that 35? No. So 18 and 18, that's 36, plus 17, that's 53? It might be, yeah, possibly 53. So 53, you just have to, it's 36% damage reduction. No, 18 plus 17, that's 35. So 35% damage reduction and 53 for the rest of things. So like chances of critting and chances of evading enemy's attack, right? So after starting for the next attacking turn, we're going to be absorbing 18, right? So right now we're at 670k, really good. Again, this is going to help out Cell greatly. Look at the links, look at the defense. We're looking solid. So let's test it out. I don't think Vidal stuns here, so we can be able to just see how we are working. We got the damage reduction, so we're going to be pretty well set up. I decided to showcase Cell first because we do have the new Dokkan Fest Cell, so I kind of wanted to go with that. Let's see. Yeah, double digits. 34.5. Do keep in mind that we are stacking attack. I do want to see what is my hidden potential build for this Cell. I do want to possibly make some changes here and there because he is going to be looking pretty good offensively. I do want to have some defensive capabilities with him too because there's no... yeah, he is guarding all attacks. Does the first form Cell guard? No. So whenever we come down to an opportunity where we have him turn 1 and it's first form Cell, I kind of want to have some dodges in there, kind of want to have some abilities that we can be able to use so that way we can protect ourselves. So want to make sure that we are very good defensively. You know, it's kind of unfortunate. I'm going to talk on two topics here. Number one, they joined up the ECAs for both Cell and Goku and Gohan, so it was just 130 Dragonstone stage for both of those guys. So it's kind of unfortunate. Let me play this one.
これはいい。前よりさらにパワーアップしてしまったぞ。すぐ楽にしてやる。ほんの少し苦しむだけだ。
So yeah, like it's kind of unfortunate that a lot of people might have just, you know, people do care for the rewards, right? That's the only thing. They would want higher rewards, and I get that. I understand that very, very well. However, I'm over here like, do we really need the rewards? Do we really want? I mean, yes, we do. It's more stones. What am I saying? But the problem is that people didn't want to go through the struggle of going through two ECAs, two 30-stage ECAs. That is the problem. I am perfectly fine taking my time and going through both of these, like two 30-stage ECAs, so I can be able to get double the stones that we got from this one. And they, for some unknown reason, they kind of combined it into the one. So I don't know, why did they do that? I could not tell you. I feel like it's kind of dumb that they did that, but they could also be complaints from people actually doing surveys like, oh, we got 2 units that are getting their ECAs. Like, why are we going through 30-stage ECAs when they're taking like an hour plus to take down or something like that? Now, if people did that and they answer that in the survey, well, congratulations. Here are the rewards for your beautiful opinions and thoughts that you left in that survey. So now we're only going to be taking two ECA characters on 1 stage ECAs. So hopefully you guys enjoy the rewards. But the other thing that I wanted to touch upon is that the sub ECAs for the characters that came out alongside these units would have been so helpful in a way, right? Because the side banner character for this Cell, this AGL Cell, is this second form Cell. So I wonder if, like, man, I could have put that info in the survey as well because we didn't touch upon that. They could do ECAs and just have us grind the medals right away. Give the ECAs available, like have the sub ECAs be available with the main Dokkan Fest ECA. Like if you're already ECAing these guys, don't let the other units be dead on arrival. Like we've had that with the Dokkan Festival. Boo Tanks. Boo Tanks had that, and we had a side banner character for Boo Tanks, which was Boo Piccolo. Boo Piccolo has not ECA'd. They have not touched that unit, and they did a full-on Majin Buu Saga celebration, just buffing everybody. Meanwhile, we're here just on standby because for some unknown reason, like they didn't care. And if they were to do that, you know, add the side banner characters for the characters or the main Dokkan Fest that are going to get their ECAs, we wouldn't be forgetting about the sub ECAs in the first place. So, like, get those done. I would love to run these guys together. Like, that second form cell would be a perfect replacement in this team. Since, you know, tournament participants in the outlook for this cell would want to be a little bit more Android/Cell Saga team, you know, right? But I don't know what they're doing with the sub ECAs. I don't know what they're gonna do with the rest of these sub ECAs. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be dead on arrival in the future. So, all right, let's play this. Alright, we gave a bit of a buff to Cell, but now let's go ahead and talk about our main showcase unit, right? So we finally got the perfect form Cell. So now the enemy threshold kind of setup is not needed, right? So now we can be able to fight without any problems. So we are at 716k defense, pretty good. Now with his passive, we're getting 400% attack and defense, 3 key. We're getting 35% damage reduction, 35% chance to crit, and 35% chance to dodge. For 3 turns from the character's entry turn, we are guarding. So after that, no more guard, which kind of sad. Whenever our HP is 50% or more, we're tossing an additional attack that has a 70% chance to become a super. And of course, we're getting extra 35% chances to crit and 35% chances to dodge. So we only have 35% damage reduction with 70% chance to dodge and 70% chance to crit. So I might focus a little bit more on him defensively. Let's see how he's looking. Ooh, okay, so I went a bit on the offensive here. And I actually haven't given him the other equips. Okay, I'm sorry. I would do that. I actually do need to do. I'll possibly change that whenever we get to the Goku/Gohan showcase. I'll picture what they need for skill orbs and things like that, and actually provide them. Same with the hidden potential changes. So let's go ahead and put him on slot 1. Let's see how he look. We're not getting any types of support except for the domain, right? This guy, Cell, of course, he is not supporting the rotation either. So yeah, we're getting that buff from the domain itself. So let's see, we're gonna put him on slot 1, put him into the test. Let's see how he looks. And then, of course, later on we will do the world tour for our boy Cell. We haven't done the world tour for the STR Cell either, so. All right, let's see. Okay, 70% chance to dodge coming in clutch here. 44. That is without support. I do want to float off, and that's going to happen on the next turn, by the way. I'm going to float off Super ECA Cell to see how we look here. But yeah, 47. Do keep in mind that now his super attack does change. Now we're greatly raising attack and defense for the turn, and now we're causing immense damage to the enemy. So pretty good. A lot of people, of course, just things that I'm seeing right now. I saw our boy Rohit took Goku/Gohan into the Festival of Battles event, and it's like, oh god, no, please, don't let me go through that heck hole again. But I mean, it could be pretty interesting to just, like, we're seeing the test of it, right? So, all right. So I kind of want to flow off. We already played this, so let's go ahead and play this again. But look at the stats of the cell. I mean, yeah, he is very heavy dupe dependent. That cell. So let's. I'm gonna do this just for the prosperity of just having Super ECA cell be next up to the AGL cell. We also have a rage mechanic for this guy. We do have to be under 50% HP fighting one enemy, right? And, you know, we can do that rage mechanic. How long does it last for? It should just be for the turn. So he will just get some additional 200% attack. He gets key +3, and he's guaranteed critting on his good old enraged form. Pre-ECA, he didn't get the extra attack, so now it's going to be pretty, like, hard hitting, it seems. A little bit more hard hitting, right? So yeah, next up is going to be our boy Goku / Gohan, and we'll see how they look. I actually do need to check their 200% or 250 / 220% leaders to see if we're looking good on that. So but yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it and he looked good. He looked good. He helps this team out quite a bit. So this is gonna be this is somewhat of a start, right, for the help that this cell needs. So we will we'll give it to that. Look at, is this my cell? Look at him. He's going crazy. Going crazy. Oh, now this is the test of time now. Hitting super attack. I don't think Goku, yeah, Gohan and Goten don't do a lot of damage, but yeah, that's fine. That's a nice little turn here. Ooh, we got the cover art for Dandadan's second season. It's gonna come out on July. I love it. Can't wait to see it. All right, so let's test out Cell here. I mean, kind of want to put him on defense here. We can be able to get some tight disadvantage action on slot 1. But what are we getting here? So we're getting everything active except for Attack of the Clones. I think this is a very important link, right? 2 key and chance of evading enemies attack plus 5%. And again, this is where my problems come in. Where is second form cell CCA? Where's his CCA? Like, if we could have had his CCA right now, it could have been so much better. It could have been so much helpful too. But unfortunately, we don't have it. So, okay, so I can put him in here on slot 1. We can test things out here. Let's do it. Put him to the test here, tight disadvantage. How much defense do we have? 773. But yeah, this is the third turn, so we are not going to get guard next time. So we're gonna again test our boy here. I don't remember if this perfect form cell or that perfect cell at the end there supports 48 million. I mean, he's looking pretty good. He's looking pretty good. 50. I think we're only getting domain support. I will have to check the support from that second form cell. I mean, perfect form cell, but that is pretty good. That's some pretty good damage there. Okay. Let me see. Do you support the rotation here? Yes, you do. I forgot. Yeah, there you go. So 30% attack and defense and 3 key, and we're getting the additional 10% for characters who also belong to the artificial life forms and tournament participants category. I mean, there you go. I mean, this cell could also be a good option to run in this team. Just trying to look for the positives here, because this cell, yeah, it can be kind of, this team as a whole can be kind of like squishy if you don't have the perfect setups for these guys. And of course, we're bringing 2 outsiders that I believe, you know, They could fit in the team, right? Because they have worldwide chaos, they have artificial life forms, so we are in their 220%. But, you know, Cell, right? Cell has some links that he would love to link up with other Cell characters. And unfortunately, the characters that we have here are not super spectacular, right? You know, in terms of linking, but in terms of performance-wise, they look really, really good. So I will take that. So we'll do one more turn here. We will have type advantage against this this Gohan, but there's nothing else that we can look at. I mean, we do need to get hit with a lot of like damage in order for us to see the rage form. I don't think we can get it here. Can we get it? Please? Maybe this will do enough damage. Never mind. Okay. Double digits. Alright, we won't be able to see that, but a lot of people... again, it's a rage form. It's just gonna last for the turn. And, you know, you can be able to save yourself from taking a lot of damage. Where will you bring this in? You can be able to bring that in up against, like, Jiren on the Red Zone stages for Goku. Places like that. That would be your best bet. So you can save yourself like some damage, because Jiren, we will take them in there and be able to do some damage. But yeah, like we're gonna be fine. I feel like we're gonna be good. But yeah, I like this unit. I feel like this unit in particular looks really good. Again, it's a nice little option for the team just to help our boy out. And things like that, right? So now we're getting everything active because this guy does have Attack of the Clones. So let's do this. I'm thinking Cell, Super EZA Perfect Form Cell. I mean, could he have what it takes to finish things off? He might. So 773k defense here. Does he stack defense? No, I think it's just attack initially, right? Because again, we missed out on his first form. So no, we only get the greatly raised for the turn. If we had him, I think our defense would have been a little bit higher, but Dokkan and the rotation setups kind of messed me up there. So, all right, let's see. This is a nice little turn. We're getting Attack of the Clones. It isn't too much of an important link either, though, because it's just 2 ki and a chance of evading enemy's attack. It's useful to have it there, but it's not something that it's gonna make the character perform a lot better. We are getting basically 80% chance to dodge with that link. It's just an extra 5%, but we have 70% chance to dodge actually, so it's 75 then. So it's 75% chance to dodge with that extra 5% that we're getting from Attack of the Clones here. 44 million. So now we're no longer guarding. Do we lose any attack buffs here? No, we're not. Actually, no, let me see his perfect form. No, we are not. So yeah, it's just very destructive. He's just gonna start doing a lot more damage. So I guess if I put him on the offensive side of things, you know, give him a little bit more extra damaging equipment, things like that, he will look pretty good. You know me, I would like to go a little bit more defense-wise for these types of characters, but I will see how my opinion will differ once we take him into like an event for, like, you know, Goku Story Red Zone. Those stages that can be pretty difficult, that can cause us a lot of problems trying to take him down, or things like that we need somebody in this team setup that can be pretty defensive before Cell needs to revive. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, do all those things, blah 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 blah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys all in the next one.